Hello everyone, welcome to Anamika's EduSpace. Today we are going to study the third chapter of class 6, that is Nature of Matter, of the science book of DAV school students. Class 6 students can refer to this video. Now if you like this video, then please do like, share and subscribe to our channel for most freshly brewed content. So let's move ahead. Now comes the D question. Ask the question always in brief or in short. So let's see the first question. Now the first question is define the following, and what are the following point given? First is natural material and the second is the transparent material. So we'll go as the materials which occur naturally are called as the natural material, or the materials or the things which we obtain from the nature. Clear? Now the property of a material to allow light to pass through it is called transparency. One can see through a transparent material. Now what is an example of transparent material? Like the thin plastic. Okay, now these are the transparent material through which light can pass, and like your white scale from which light can pass, and you can see on the both sides. So that is known as a transparent materials. Now coming to the second question. Second question is name any three materials that are transparent. Second is opaque in nature. I already taught you what is transparent material, through the materials through which the light can pass. And the answer or the example of these transparent material will be glass, thin polythene and also air. Now coming to the second point. Second point is opaque in nature. The materials which is opaque in nature is wood, brick and mirror. Through mirror the light cannot pass and we cannot see the back side of the mirror. Through wood also light cannot pass and we cannot see what is present inside the wood, and through brick also light cannot pass. Okay. Now comes the third question. Which state of matter can, and number 2 is cannot, easily change its shape and volume? Now before starting this question, the first thing I would mention, that is there are three states of matter. Okay, first is solid, next is liquid and third one is gaseous. Now first it has asked name the state of matter that can easily change its shape and volume. Now first the answer will be gases, or the gaseous state of matter, or the gaseous substances can change its shape and volume. For example, what will be the answer? Air and water vapor. Now what is water vapor? You can refer water vapor as the steam. Clear? Now this happens because gas particles are not closely packed. So if we draw this picture, here is one gas particle, another is here, another is here and another is here. There is no attraction between them and they're not stick together. So they can move easily and separate, and they can easily change the shape and volume. Clear? Now comes the second, that is cannot easily change. Solid, or the solid particles cannot easily change its shape and volume. For example, the word, they cannot easily change the shape because the solid particles are closely packed like this. You can refer to the picture and draw the picture whenever this type of question is asked. Like this, the particles are closely packed and there is a intermolecular force between them. There is a attraction between them and all the particles are packed tightly like this. Okay, so these are the solid particles, so they cannot easily separate. Now coming to the fourth question, why do materials diffuse into each other? Okay, and the answer goes as the property of mixing of particles of two materials on their own is called diffusion. Clear? Now this happens due to the free movement of the particles of such materials. So why do the particles, or why do materials easily diffuse? Because there is a property which helps in the mixing of the particles. Okay, now gases easily diffuse very quickly into each other because their particles are in constant motion. Now if this is the gas particle, this is one particle, this is two and this is three and this is four. Now they're continuously moving and they're continuously hitting each other. Once they're hitting each other, and then they are easily broken down into simpler substances and they can easily diffuse into each other. Clear? Now coming to the question number 5. So question number 5 says Name three materials that are soluble, and number two is insoluble in water. So first we will go with point number one. So point number one has asked about the soluble particles in the water. Soluble particle will be salt. Okay. Then next is sugar. Then is carbon dioxide, which is a gas which can easily mix into the water. We can find carbon dioxide gas in the cold drinks. Okay. O2, that is our oxygen. Oxygen is a gas and it is also present in the air, so it can easily mix with the water. Next, coming to the point number 2, that is the materials which are not soluble in water. Insoluble means not soluble. The answer will be sand, pebbles, plastic. So take a bucket of water, okay, and put sand into it, okay. Then you will see the sand is not being able to diffuse into the water, as it is not soluble in water, so it is known as insoluble. Pebbles or the rock or the small stone particles, okay, if you dissolve it in water, then it will be not soluble in it. Plastic, if you put a plastic particle in the water, then it will also not be soluble in water. Clear? Now coming to the broad questions. Now in this E point, we always have to answer the question in a broad way, because these are the more number or the more marks questions. So let's see what is the first question. Okay. So here we go. First question is, why do solids have fixed shape and definite volume? Definite means exact. Okay. Now, the answer is, in solids, the particles are tightly packed with each other and they cannot move. Hence, they don't hit each other. In gas, what happened? Particle number 1 was going and hitting particle number 2. Particle number 2 was going and hitting particle number 3. And then particle number 3 was going and hitting particle number 4. And in this fight or in this hitting, they were broken down into simpler substances and they were diffusing into each other. But in solid, what happens? As they are tightly packed, they cannot move. As they are not moving and they're tightly and closely packed and there is no space in them, so they are having a solid shape and definite volume. Okay, hence they are having fixed shape and definite volume. Clear? Next, coming to question number 2. Briefly, that is in short, describe an activity to show that pure water is a transparent liquid. Transparent liquid, that is water, that is light can pass through water. Okay, what it has told to prove? It has told to prove that light can pass through the water we drink. Okay. Answer is, take a glass of water and put a pencil into it. When do we dip the pencil? The picture is present in your book. Please do follow the picture which is present in your book. So when we dip the pencil in this glass of water, then what happens? It is clearly visible to us. When we can see this pencil clearly, then we know that glass is a transparent material, as light can pass through it. Okay. Now pure water is also a transparent material, so that we are able to see the pencil through the water also. Clear? Now coming to question number 3. Describe an activity to show that solids can into diffuse slowly into liquid. Okay. Now the answer is, we will take a clean water, okay, in a glass jar and place it on the table. Then we will drop a few crystals of potassium permanganate in the water. Now how you will identify potassium permanganate? It is almost purple to pink in color. Okay. Now we will observe the water carefully. We will see that pink color sprayed slowly in the water. This shows the diffusion of a solid in the liquid. Okay. So clearly you will see that when we put little bit chunks of little few crystals or few chunks of potassium permanganate in water, then it will diffuse slowly and it will give you a purple or a pink like appearance, okay, in the water itself, and slowly it will diffuse in the water. It is a good experiment to see that solid particles also diffuse into the liquid particles. Is it clear, students? If it is clear, then please do hit the bell icon and also subscribe to our channel. Now coming to the next question. Next question is little bigger. Now it has asked, what is a saturated solution? What do you mean by saturated solution? Let us see the first answer. So the first answer goes as, take a glass tumbler half filled with water, add half spoon of common salt in it and stir it well. Now the salt will dissolve in the first stage. Now add another half teaspoon of salt and stir it. This will also dissolve. At the second stage also salt dissolves in the water and the salt vanishes and diffuses into the liquid. Next is, keep on adding sugar in the half teaspoon amounts and stir it well after every addition. Okay, now one by one, in the first step we added salt, then again on the second step we will add salt, the salt will disappear in the water. In the third step we will again add salt and again the salt will disappear. In the fourth step we will add salt and it will disappear. Now so on to the fifth, sixth and seventh, eighth, like this we will go on to every such steps, and once there will be a point where no more salt will dissolve into the water, and that situation will be known as a saturated solution. Okay, now what the answer says, that after adding a particular amount of salt that the water can take or water can hold, we will observe that salt is no more dissolving in the given volume of water. The solution obtained in the above activity cannot dissolve more salt. Such a solution which cannot dissolve more amount of a given substance at a given temperature is called a saturated solution. Okay, this is the last question. Let us go on through the last question. The last question says that, suggest one activity to show the effect of temperature on the solubility of a solid in the water. And the answer goes as, take equal volume of water into separate glass tumblers. Now because this is number 1 and this is number 2, we have to take equal volume of water, same amount of water. Okay, now we have to heat the water in one of the tumbler. In one of the tumbler we have to heat the water. Now add sugar. Now we have to heat the water in one of the tumblers. Now add equal amount of sugar in two of the tumblers and stir. The sugar dissolves. Keep on adding measured amount of sugar in two tumblers till it stops dissolving. We will find that the amount of sugar dissolved in the hot water is more, and this shows that the amount of a substance dissolving in water generally increases with an increase in the temperature. Okay, so what we have to do, in tumbler number 1, that is in the beaker or the glass beaker number 1, we have to keep the sugar as it is and stir, dissolve sugar and stir it well. But in tumbler number 2 we have to put heat and we have to add sugar. Now after the completion of the experiment, after the experiment is finished, we will see that tumbler number 1 dissolves more sugar, whereas tumbler number 2 dissolves only a certain amount or certain quantity of sugar in it. So this experiment shows us that in presence or in the effect of temperature, when the temperature increases, there is also the increasing of the solubility power of the solid in the water. Clear, students? I hope you like this video. I hope you find this video helpful. If you find this video helpful, then please do like this video, share this video with your friends in the WhatsApp, and also do make a big smiley in the comment section down below, and also to subscribe to our channel and never forget to turn on the bell icon. Till then, take care, goodbye, and thank you for watching this video.
Also, like and share this video and subscribe to our channel.